Hey, what's up? My name is Colby Sharp, 5th grade teacher in Michigan. Welcome to my channel where we try to help kids fall in love with reading. Earth Day is fast approaching, and I want to share with you today 10 awesome books to share with your readers during Earth Day, Earth Week, Earth Month, or any time, because the Earth is always very important. So we're talking about these books really quickly, and hopefully you can add one or two to your to-read list for you to share with kids. First up is Blue Floats Away. I love this book. It is the story of Blue, this iceberg, and this iceberg is melting. Breaks away from its family, travels around the world. The whole water cycle comes into play. It's a beautiful book, and my kids loved it, and it is really fun. And one thing that I really love about Blue Floats Away is here at the end, you get a little water cycle lesson from the author. Thanks for that, Travis. Blue Floats Away, an awesome book to share all year long with your readers. Next up is Up in the Garden, Down in the Dirt. I started to say Over and Under because this book is part of a series that also includes Over the Snow and Below. Oh my gosh, I just said it and now I can't remember it. But it's like what's going on above the snow and what's going on below the snow. I'm having a little bit of a brain fart there, so sorry about that. But Up in the Garden, Down in the Dirt is a beautiful book about your garden and what's happening above the soil and what's happening within the soil. It's really awesome. You should check out all of the books in this series. I love all of them, and I have all of them, even if I can't remember the name of the snow one. Oh my gosh, it's driving me bonkers. Next up, Ducks Overboard, the true story of plastic in our ocean. This is a true story of a shipping container that fell off of a ship, and all of the ducks, let's see if I can show you that page, all of the ducks went into the ocean. And it's just the story of that and the story of plastic in our ocean and all the things that are scary with that, but told in a really unique and interesting way, all centered around the story of these rubber duckies falling into the ocean. The Last Straw, Kids versus Plastic. Don't you love that? Kids versus plastic. My kids are very obsessed with the ocean and with plastic and saving the turtles and all of those things, but like, do they really understand what's happening and how all of their choices can affect our wonderful ocean? And this book, I think this nonfiction book, does a wonderful job of teaching them some of those valuable lessons. The Last Straw, Kids versus Plastics. Next up, another series. This is A Leaf Can Be. There's also A Rock Can Be, and there's also Water Can Be. And it starts off with all of these just different things that a water can be. A soft cradle, a water ladle. The whole book is like that. And then at the end, it's really cool because it goes through each one of those things and kind of explains how that example of a leaf takes place in nature and explains it in a little more scientific terms and in detail. So really awesome 3-book series. Leaf Can Be, Water Can Be, and A Rock Can Be. Next up, one of the most beautiful picture books ever made. We Are Water Protectors, which won the Caldecott Medal, I believe in 2021. Getting my years mixed up with all the things that have been happening. But just a beautiful, powerful, amazing book created about water and protecting water on native lands. A beautiful book that I think every kid should read. We read this one early in the year, but maybe we'll revisit it for Earth Day. Next up, I don't know how to say this name, so I'm going to butcher it. Kaya and the Bees. So sorry if I pronounce that incorrectly. What I love about this story, it takes place in a city. And I think there's another one that I'll talk about here in a little bit that takes place in a city. And I think a lot of times we don't think of nature happening in urban areas, but it does, and it's important, and we can't forget about it. And the bees are like the most important creature maybe on the planet, the way that they pollinate the world and the way that they help things grow. It's just fascinating. And this is a story of a girl who is kind of scared of bees and then gets stung by a bee. And even though like they're doing some bee work up on the ceiling or the rooftop, she gets a little scared, and then she has to overcome those fears and learn a little bit about just the power and the brilliance and the magic and wonder that are bees. Next up, Zonias Rainforest, an amazing story of a girl who lives in the rainforest, and you just get to see the beauty and the joy that comes with that and all the wonderful, powerful, important things that we have in this amazing resource on our planet. And then there's a page turn and you see a bunch of trees cut. It's just so heartbreaking. It's so sad. Beautiful beautiful book. Next up, Our Green City. This is the other one that I was telling you about, an example of just the green that can come in the city and the ways that we can love the earth, even if, you know, a lot of times you just think it's like all like country and fields and rainbows and waterfalls, but there's also a lot of green and a lot of ways to take care of the environment in urban settings. So Our Green City is one you may not have heard of that you should check out. And the one that I read every year on Earth Day, One Little Bag. It's a story of a kid who gets this little bag at the store, and then they use it for all of their lunches. And as the kid grows up, even so, you start with the bag being made, the kid getting the bag, but then it goes to college and has uses for the bag. It's just like the story of this bag and the life of this bag and through the lens of this character. And then you read the author's note, and you read that what the author did, what Henry Cole did with paper bags, and how he tried to use them for as many days as possible in his lunches growing up. It's just really cool. So that is the one that I will be reading on Earth Day this year and maybe going forward as well. These are some of my favorite Earth Day books. You probably have some awesome ones that you want to share, so let me know down in the comments. What are your favorite books to share about the earth, not just on Earth Day, but all year? My name is Colby Sharp. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have an awesome-tastic day.